To be clear, the department is testifying in opposition to these bills today. The statutory mission of the department is to protect public health and safety. By state law, DATCP is responsible for preventing foodborne illnesses. To do that, we have regulations that minimize the risk of pathogens in food. In the first half of the 20th century, milk-borne pathogens were responsible for clearly documented cases of outbreaks of foodborne illnesses. Pasteurization changed that risk by employing a process that destroys those pathogens. As a result, Wisconsin has had a law in the books since the 1950s making it illegal to sell raw milk. We, the department, are charged with enforcing the law. We're not allowed to pick and choose which laws we enforce. The fact that the department is enforcing the law is very likely contributing to the legislation that's before you today. To be clear, there's a very real and substantial difference between incidental sales, which are allowed by law, and internet sales, interstate sales, and selling something without a proper license, all of which are elements that have led to some of the enforcement actions that we've undertaken currently. This is not a new issue. Prior administrations at DATCP have tried to find a balance in the past on how to deal with this issue. Secretary Nilsson understands the interests of producers who want to sell raw milk, as well as the interests of consumers who wish to purchase it. Those same kinds of concepts are the things that he's done to promote the Buy Local, Buy Wisconsin program, getting consumers closer to the producer. Excuse me. However, the department has an overriding responsibility to the health and safety, for the health and safety of one of our most significant products, milk. Dairy products that contribute $26 billion to our $59 billion agriculture industry. Our dairy products, through the hard work of our producers, processors, haulers, marketers, and so many others, including inspectors, have a stellar reputation worldwide as being safe and healthy. If there is a serious disease outbreak, that well-earned reputation could be affected. We acknowledge that this is a controversial issue. We know for sure that you are going to hear heartfelt testimony from people who support this legislation, and that's what the public process is all about, for all of us to have a chance to express our views on these things. However, you'll also like to hear from farmers, processors, public health scientists who have concerns and do not support the legislation. There's not, despite this very large turnout, and I suspect we're outnumbered here. Yeah, okay, we're outnumbered here. I asked for one when I came in, but so clearly we understand that this is a public process and everybody should and will have an opportunity to talk today. But there isn't a consensus on this issue. That's why the Secretary Nilsson has set up a raw milk work group to take an open and fact-based approach to see if common ground can be reached on this issue. He has not given the work group a predetermined outcome. He really wants, he's only charged to the producers, consumers, industry, and health officials in the work group is to consider all sides of the issue, hear all views, and sit down at the table to see if those perspectives can find some sort of common ground. And he views this as an appropriate way of determining if we can get there, and if there's a consideration of any change of the current law, we believe it should be with the full input of all members of the industry, producers, consumers, public health officials, trying to reach some sort of common agreement as to how that may occur. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Steve Ingham, and he'll talk about some specific